Most people spend their lives searching for a breakthrough, waiting for one big opportunity, one lucky moment, or one dramatic change that will turn everything around. But life doesn't work that way. Success is rarely the result of a single bold decision. It is almost always the result of small, simple disciplines practiced faithfully every day. Here's the truth. Small actions don't look important when you're doing them. Reading a few pages of a book, making one extra call, saving a small amount of money, or choosing discipline over comfort doesn't feel heroic. In fact, it often feels insignificant. That's why most people don't do it. They underestimate the power of daily consistency and overestimate the power of motivation. The real danger is not failing once. The real danger is neglecting the small things. Because just as positive disciplines compound, so do negative ones. Skipping the effort today seems harmless. Avoiding responsibility feels comfortable. But over time, those small acts of neglect collect interest. And one day you wake up facing results you didn't plan for. Great success is not built in a day. It is built daily. Every small promise you keep to yourself strengthens your character. Every discipline you practice shapes your future. And every day you choose consistency over convenience. You are quietly becoming someone stronger, wiser, and more capable. If you will learn to master the small disciplines, when they don't seem to matter, life will eventually reward you when it matters most. The secret is simple, but it is not easy. Do the small things. Do them daily. And let time take care of the rest. Most people believe success comes from one powerful decision, one lucky break, or one dramatic moment that suddenly changes everything. But real success rarely announces itself in a single event. It grows quietly, almost unnoticed, through the small actions you take every day. Life rewards consistency far more than intensity. One great decision may inspire you, but it is the repeated decisions that actually shape your future. When you look closely at people who achieve lasting success, you will not find a single moment that made them great. You will find routines, habits, and disciplines practiced long before the results were visible. Success is built the same way a tree grows, slowly, patiently, and steadily. No one stands outside waiting for it to grow. Yet day by day it becomes strong enough to withstand storms. A powerful moment can start you moving, but it cannot carry you very far on its own. Motivation fades, excitement disappears, and life brings distractions. What remains is what you do when no one is watching. The small actions, repeated daily, become the foundation upon which everything else is built. Reading 10 pages a day creates knowledge. Making one improvement at a time creates skill. Choosing responsibility over comfort builds character. The problem is that small actions don't feel urgent. They don't demand attention, and they don't offer immediate rewards. That is why they are easy to ignore. But time multiplies whatever you practice. A little effort repeated daily becomes extraordinary, while a little neglect repeated daily becomes costly. Success is not a sudden arrival. It is the natural outcome of what you consistently do, think, and choose every day. Daily disciplines are the quiet architects of a person's life. They shape who you become long before they shape what you achieve. Character is not formed in moments of crisis. It is revealed in those moments. It is formed in the ordinary decisions you make, when no one is watching. Each small discipline you practice is a vote for the person you are becoming. And over time, those votes add up to a clear identity. When you choose to do what is necessary instead of what is convenient, you strengthen your inner structure. Waking up with purpose, managing your time, keeping your word, and taking responsibility for your actions may seem like simple behaviors, but they develop discipline, integrity, and self-respect. These qualities cannot be borrowed or rushed. They are earned through repetition. The more consistently you practice them, the more natural they become. Daily disciplines also prepare you for opportunities long before they arrive. When opportunity shows up, it does not ask if you are motivated, it asks if you are ready. Readiness comes from habits built in advance. Skills developed daily, knowledge gained gradually, and attitudes shaped through consistent effort create confidence that cannot be shaken easily. You begin to trust yourself because you have evidence that you can follow through. Over time, daily disciplines change the way you see yourself. You no longer rely on external encouragement because your habits provide internal strength. Your actions align with your goals, and your goals align with your values. This alignment creates momentum, and momentum creates progress. Long-term success is not about talent or luck. It is about becoming the kind of person who does the right things repeatedly, even when no immediate reward is visible. Most people dismiss small actions because they don't create immediate results. They look at what they do today and judge it by how it feels right now, not by what it will become over time. A single step taken today seems too small to matter, too weak to create change, and too ordinary to produce success. But time has a way of transforming ordinary actions into extraordinary outcomes. What feels insignificant in the moment is often the very thing shaping your future. A few minutes of learning each day may not feel powerful, but over months and years it builds wisdom. A small improvement in attitude may seem unimportant, but repeated daily it reshapes relationships and opportunities. Progress rarely announces itself loudly. It grows quietly behind the scenes until one day the results can no longer be ignored. The challenge is that the payoff is delayed. We live in a world that rewards instant results, so we underestimate anything that doesn't deliver quickly. Yet nature itself teaches us a different lesson. Seeds grow underground long before anything is visible above the surface. During that time, roots are forming, strength is developing, and stability is being built. When growth finally appears, it looks sudden, but the work has been happening all along. Extraordinary success is often mistaken for luck because people do not see the small disciplines that created it. They see the outcome but miss the process. What you do consistently, even when it feels minor, is being multiplied by time. Every small effort is an investment, and every investment earns interest. The question is not whether small actions matter, but whether you are willing to honor them long enough for their true power to be revealed. Failure is not always loud or dramatic. In fact, the most dangerous failures are quiet. They happen in the small moments, when you choose comfort over discipline, delay over action, and excuses over responsibility. Skipping a small effort today doesn't feel like failure. It feels harmless. That is why it is so easy to repeat. But what is repeated becomes a habit, and what becomes a habit shapes your future. Neglect works the same way discipline does, except in the opposite direction. Small acts of neglect accumulate slowly, almost invisibly. A missed opportunity to learn, an ignored responsibility, or a habit of procrastination may seem insignificant on its own. Yet over time, these small decisions collect interest. The cost is not paid immediately, but it is always paid eventually, often in the form of regret. The real danger of neglect is that it rarely feels urgent. There is no alarm to warn you that you are drifting off course. Life simply allows you to continue until the consequences become unavoidable. By then, the gap between where you are and where you could have been feels overwhelming. People often wonder how things went so wrong. Without realizing it was the result of many small choices made consistently. Just as success is built daily, disappointment is also built daily. Every time you ignore a small discipline, you strengthen the habit of neglect. Over time, this weakens confidence, erodes self-respect, and limits opportunity. The difference between a life of growth and a life of regret is not found in major decisions alone, but in the small, repeated choices that either move you forward or quietly hold you back. Every life is shaped by choices, and those choices are made daily. Whether you realize it or not, you are always casting a vote for your future through your actions. Personal responsibility begins the moment you stop blaming circumstances and start owning your decisions. You may not control everything that happens to you, but you always control how you respond, and that response determines the direction your life takes. Daily choices may seem ordinary, but they are powerful. Choosing to show up when it's difficult, to stay disciplined when it's inconvenient, and to act with integrity when shortcuts are available builds inner strength. These choices define your standards, and your standards define your results. Success is not about doing extraordinary things once in a while. It is about doing ordinary things with consistency and intention. When you accept responsibility for your daily actions, you regain control of your future. You no longer wait for motivation or permission. You understand that progress comes from doing what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. This mindset shifts your focus from external conditions to internal commitment, and that shift changes everything. Your future is being constructed one day at a time. The habits you repeat, the thoughts you entertain, and the effort you apply are all shaping what tomorrow will look like. Small decisions, made responsibly and consistently, create momentum. Over time, that momentum becomes direction, and direction becomes destiny. The greatest power you possess is not in what you wish for, but in what you choose to do today, because today's choices are the foundation upon which your future is built